All right, doing this Spirit Halloween Harriet Hustle. Sold at Spirit Halloween online and in stores for the 2021 season only. 2021 was still during COVID, and props were somewhat scarce that year. And even though they were scarce, she was hard to find, but she wasn't a big seller. She wasn't a hot item. It's either people liked her or they hated her, and I actually was not a fan of her. However, because I had money to burn, so to say, with my hunt going full force, and props were hard to find that year, and I saw one at a store, I bought her anyway. I think I bought the demo, and I think they gave me 25% off because it was the demo on her, a working demo. And plus, I always use my 20% coupon. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on her and bought it that way at a store. But she's hard to find, and they only produced her in 2021 only. So it's, I wouldn't call it rare, but I would say hard to find prop if you want her. But all she does is swing, is the movement. She's got a swinging mechanism, a big swinging mechanism up behind that cloth black thing hanging there. And also her head turns, and that's her only other animation. Her head turns and she laughs. Just one, laugh going on. So, doesn't do a lot. I wish she talked more or said some more stuff, but she doesn't, and she has no lights. Doesn't light up at all. Like I say, it's not one of my favorite props. Made by Crazy Create, not one of my favorite prop making companies either. I think she looks pretty cool. The outfit, the hair, the face, people like that. And so do I. She looks cool, but when you dig down into her, when you put her together and all that, and you can see other people online said this too, that they say, well, yep, she looks cool, but she's kind of cheap and not sturdy and kind of cheaply made, even though she looks cool. And I had that same experience. She's hard to put together. Um, Probably took me an hour, and this is one you really have to read the instructions to get her together, because certain pieces got to go on in a certain order. You just can't, put legs and all this and start at one end, and the clothes got to go in a certain order, else you won't be able to get them on, etc., etc. So you got to follow the instructions, and she's not an easy prop to put together. And I kind of consider myself an expert. I got a lot of props, probably 300. And I'm a technician. I fix stuff and work on stuff for a living, for 40 years. So I think I know a little something about them. And still, with all that, she's not an easy prop to put together. Um, Also, another thing, she works on either a step pad or infrared. She has no continuous mode on her. And it comes with the infrared sensor. That's it right there. There's a little black plastic cover that's supposed to go over that that's missing. But anyway, the infrared sensor has no specific place on her to go. It doesn't go, on her body, maybe because it's moving and swinging, and that wouldn't be a good place on it, to have the infrared sensor. And it doesn't go on the cloth either. And from the factory, they don't send Velcro, they send tape on the back of the infrared sensor, right? So you're supposed to tape it somewhere. Like, I guess if this was a permanent display, I would tape it to the side or something like that, and then zip tie the cord. But since it's this temporary, just testing her out and doing my video before I put her back in her tote and take her to my haunt setup in a couple weeks. This is all just a temporary rig, so we're not zip tying everything down and making it prim and proper on this. We just, making sure she works and doing this video on it. So that's why you see wires and all that other stuff kind of hanging around. Works on a Spirit, 6-volt 2 amp adapter, has volume control, try me in the back, and actually, get my flashlight here. We'll go to the back on this one because it's open and exposed back here. That's the hanging mechanism and control box, and Spirit puts that little cloth over the top to hide all this, which I kind of like. And on the left is the infrared plugged in, and going from left to right, the external speaker jack, then the try me jack, volume control. The AC adapter is plugged in, and then your on, off, and step pad switch. But on, it works off the infrared sensor, and it won't fire on her own without it. And then the step pad, of course, works on the step pad. Again, no continuous mode. I kind of wish she had a continuous mode on her, but that's what she looked like. And that's the wiring over, down to her body and the back of her. So just a swinging prop. Head turns and laughs, and that's it. So anyway, we're going to turn her on and hopefully let her go and do her thing. All right, come on, Harriet Hustle. One other thing I forgot to mention, I saw this in other videos too. They say you got to strap that top part really tight to get her to swing well, and as you can see, why. If you don't strap it tight, this whole thing is swinging instead of the prop swinging. So I'm holding it with my arm, and you can see her swinging better now. So when you put it together, strap that tight, as it says online, to keep the whole mechanism to swing from swinging, which will make the prop swing better. I let it go, and she's not swinging very well again, because you can see that whole thing is swinging when it's not supposed to. One more thing I was going to do is turn the lights off. Let me put my flasher on, at least to give it a little bit of effect. And turn my lights on and see her in the dark. Like I say, there are no lights to this prop. So that's more of what you're going to see in my haunt, which is going to be very, very dark and with a lot of flashes going on. So that's Harriet Hustle. I wish she'd lighted up. I wish she had more sayings than just a laugh. I wish her animations were a little bit better than just the head turning and the swinging. But, she costs $179, and I guess you get what you pay for. All right, that's going to be it for Harriet Hustle Spirit Halloween 2021. Bye.